Hello, it's Karmatos. I got a little mini theme for us, and its name is Daemon. Ah, hopefully some of you get that reference. What is it? There was some fun new daemons that came out, or one in particular, and I remembered how much I love Ingethel. Ingethel was the warlord that got me to Terra, so having an opportunity to build again for this fellow was magical. And the shtick here is to throw in as many lesser daemons as I could that I thought were good, and a couple of legendary daemons, and the Power Rangers, Kaizu Lane, Ambassador Melgator, Lord Malkiel, Equitrez, and Jubok. Those are the Power 5. And a crucial choice, because, I mean, that's what everybody does this day. I guess you can call that the, oh, what's that fellow? That doesn't matter. So, what is all this about? Ingethel is the warlord. Ingethel says, reduce maintenance of friendly daemons by 2. And for 1 energy, give a mark of chaos and +0/+1 to a non-daemon troop. So most of the time, people build Ingethel, including myself, in an old Christmas video, I think called Krampus, where you just stack maybe tons and tons and tons of marks of chaos generation, which is its own fun meme. I enjoy that one merrily. And they focus less on the maintenance part. This one is heavy on the maintenance, and there's just enough infantry to get out a little bit of chaos marks. It's a good mix. So why did I go with Ingethel over something like Logar for this meme? Well, since I wanted to focus on the neutrals, it seemed fitting to just pick a neutral warlord, because Ingethel's a little stronger in and of herself? I don't really know. Somebody correct me. I don't know. So we're definitely going to capitalize on that maintenance too, because almost all of these daemons are maintenance 2 or less, and I think there's a pair that are going to be maintenance 3. And we're going to go through these all one at a time. I'm going to explain all these picks, and then we're going to watch the 5 most recent wins. I think I've generally gone up a couple hundred points, but I've been tweaking the deck, and the last 5 really showcase this most recent build. So, Cygnus Alkalite. So this is a cultist that when it dies, it gives 1/1 to a random infantry or daemon. Well, for 1, everything in the deck is an infantry or daemon, so that's natural synergy. And for 2, I thought it would be fun specifically with this new fellow, Drakianinian. It's something silly and cheap that if for some reason they kill this guy, or if I kill him myself, and in the last match, I think, or one of these matches, we're going to see this, if this guy who has backlash, if you control a non-daemon troop, destroy 1 and return this troop to play. So if the only 2 troops you have is this, and this guy dies, he will die, his backlash will trigger, it'll kill the Alkalite, but when it kills the Alkalite, he puts himself into play before Cygnus's backlash happens, so he'll end up coming back as a 7/7. Ultimately, it's a nice little synergy if you happen to get it off. Otherwise, it's a nice little turn 1 that I can buff with Ingethel, and maybe it becomes like a 1/4 or a 2/3, so there's a 50% chance they can't just Warlord swipe it off the bat, or it becomes a 3/2, and they're gonna take 3 damage to the face on their very first turn and not use their Warlord power. So that's a good one option for an infantry. Nurglings. There's new fantastic synergies here. 1, Nurglings are no maintenance for Ingethel, so there's no penalty to playing them other than the cost to play them. And they're that little ankle biter that just keeps coming back. Where is this specifically useful? Well, there's a new card called Priest of Old Faiths, who has Duplicitous and can give your daemons a cost reduction of 1. This makes your Nurglings free. So on the turn you play this, you can play all the Nurglings from your hand. Drop them all down. And I've actually seen, I think we're going to see a Logar who attempts to capitalize on this by dropping like 3 or 4 daemons in the same turn to try to get off his whispers. We're going to deny him, but still, the spirit there is the same. Very good card. Also, the Duplicitous is fantastic with Ingethel because it's very easy to buff up that troop and not lose it. They can't double tap it so easy, or they just have to completely control it with tactics. All right, some Power Rangers. Kaizu Lane. This is a no-brainer turn 1 that precog makes it very hard for them to control. So on the first turn, you play Kai, you buff it, it becomes instantly a 1/3 with some additional stat buffs. So could be a 1/5, or it could be a 2/4. Lots of options there. And of course, the precog to get additional tactics to your hand, which is important because we have all of 3 tactics. We're going to win lots of games with randomly generated tactics between him and between Tylaith. Ambassador Melgator. Yeah, easy, convenient bounce. You throw it down, you buff it, and maybe you sacrifice Melgator to the greater good. Crucial choice. Wow, I never realized how the artwork is so pristine on that card. It's so detailed. Oh well. This is the new fun pick, and since we were running a neutral deck, it's especially nice because I can sneak some legendaries from outside of the neutrals. So double beneficial, and we're gonna get all sorts of weird things. I think we're gonna get like MNF at least once, and then we're gonna double Ingethel drop power, and it's fun. Lord Malkiel, great turn 1. Hard for them to kill. Duplicitous, gets your bonus energy. You can buff it up with Ingethel and then eventually swing with it before turning into a greater Daemon. Screamers. I like these guys. I generally have to think of them psychologically as 3 energy to deal 5 damage to the enemy Warlord, because that's almost always how it goes. You drop them, they face bash it, that's it. Or it's going to soak 1 control from the enemy. That's the scenarios for this fellow. Once in a blue moon, maybe you can buff it 1/1 on the same turn that you play it, so that way it's a 6/3 and they can't deal with it so easy. But with no maintenance, it's almost free 5 damage. And if they don't handle it, you're in a good place. We talked about the Priests of the Old Faith. This is going to work on every single Daemon in the deck. So all the lesser Daemons, all the legendary Daemons, all the Nurglings, everybody. They're all getting this buff. So, and again, Duplicitous, fantastic synergy. Terror Hounds, yeah. These are a great way to deal 5 damage to the enemy Warlord, and definitely harder for the enemy to handle than the Screamers, although no sneak attack, so a little trade-off there. But frontline, it's just good quality. Cultist Sorcerer. Yeah, I love these guys. Just there's a, I don't know, maybe a 1 in 3 chance that you can pop off a free Daemon with it, and whatever Daemon it generates is generally going to have no penalty to you for maintenance cost. And otherwise, it is an infantry that you can target and buff up and have a good time. Equitrez. Oh, yeah. This is one where, at least for, at the bare minimum, you're going to buff it 1, 2, 3, and in the worst case, you don't get Nurgle, an extra 4th with Sinkethi or whatever. You know, you're going to be able to get off lots and lots and lots of heals, and eventually turn it into a greater Daemon. You can't go off indefinitely buffing Equitrez. Eventually, he will have to evolve into the Pokemon he was meant to be. Jubok, come on, drop it and buff it, then it becomes like a, you know, something with 4 toughness, and it's a lot stickier, and some free card draw. You're going to notice that the curve here is kind of low. There's not a single 7, but we do have going for us Kaizu Lane for card bonus, Jubok for drawing. We have Cultists who can throw in free troop into play. Crucial Choice, of course, can generate us something that is in the higher curve or recurring. Then, of course, we have Cyrek for some Daemon generation, and Warp Assault, but we'll get there. Battleflies. I like Battleflies. I think people who bash on Battleflies are just wrong. I think 2/7 stat ratio is fantastic. The poison is some nice utility that you wouldn't expect to be useful. It's just a great low-cost sweeper. You know, it takes out those little groups, and it has Unstoppable too, so you can definitely sneak around some front lines and take out, say, for example, sentry turrets. And there's a particular synergy with another new Daemon, and we'll get there. Feast of Pyra. Yeah, come on, this is a great guy. It's 8 damage to the enemy Warlord, 4/4/4/5. If you buff it, it's 10 damage, etc. This is one of the few Daemons where you will actually experience 1 maintenance penalty, because reduced by 2, 3/2. But 4/4/4/5, they have to throw a lot into this to kill it. In fact, most of these Daemons are just wonderful stat ratios, where because you don't have the maintenance penalty, you're just getting that almost full value, or in all the other ones' cases, full value. Warp Assault. I thought this was a good way to have a little bit of control and to get a free Daemon to your hand. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's pretty fitting. Alright, here's the new fellow that really inspired me to make this whole thing, which is the Kazdrak. When another troop dies, give +1/+0 to all your troops. Super good. If your troops die, it works. If the enemy's troops dies, it works. If you suicide trade, you get 2 stat buffs, and there's no penalty on the maintenance. So, how is this particularly synergetic? Well, Nurglings for one. Cygnus Alkalites are also pretty good about it, and namely Nurglings. People tend to ignore Nurglings and leave them on the battlefield, and... oh, sorry. I think some lighting just changed. That's okay. You know, Nurglings, they're just... one, either stuff dies and these Nurglings will become 3/3s, or Nurglings die and they turn everything else buff. So it's a pretty good win-win synergy, and we're going to see lots of that. Ah, yes, the Draconian. Super fun synergy. With all of these kind of lowby troops like Ambassador Melgator, or maybe Ekratrez once he's gotten 2 down low, or once you've maybe played all your Daemons out of your hand and it's Priest of Old Faith. There are plenty of these low-cost infantry that I would happily sacrifice to the greater good. And he just keeps coming back otherwise. Severek. Yeah, I like it because it is an infantry. It's decent stat ratios, 5 for a 4/5. And most significantly, it'll add a lesser Daemon to your hand at a cost of 2 less, which can include some of those more fun Daemons, like the 6/6 with the Rage, or the 5/4 fast gain stealth battle honor. And you can win some games with those additional picks. Same with Warp Assault. They can generate the non-collectible greater Daemons. And last but not least, Tylath, Daemon Prince of Ingethel. Yeah. Resolution. Create a random tactic in your hand, maintenance 3. I love this pick. I think it's just a wonderful stat ratio of 6 for 6/7. You get that guarantee resolution value, and with the maintenance reduction, it's especially good. I often run this card in decks that do not have maintenance reduction, but that's just icing on the cake. So it's hard to kill. 7 health means you're even out of Purdy range, and that resolution, this really helps fill your hand up in that late game, because once you've hit 6 energy, honestly, if you're not buffing an infantry, you're face bashing with Ingethel, or it kind of depends on who you're playing against. Well, let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a different pretty battle, and there's some more wins before it. But we're looking at these because I think I made a deck change, and that's when I started to take off. So let's watch Nerat get Daemon. I think the change I did is I realized, oh, I don't have Kaizu Lane. What am I doing with my life? So I take out Yuria and put in Kaizu Lane. So I found that the 8 cost curve, honestly, you should be making your own greater Daemons. That's why I'm not running any. Ingethel's going to make them for us. Sure, there's like a 1 in 4 chance of getting the one that you picked, but here's what do you get? Yuria, Father Decay, and then the other 2 is the Warp Chicken, and Daemon, Slayer of Worlds. Yeah, let's just deny that energy now. Alternatively, I could have Kai'd and buffed, but I don't like the idea of him having 4 energy instantly, so we're just gonna get rid of that. And then I can still buff this, and have a good time. I'm secretly hoping for... Actually, I think a poison buff would be nice, because then he'll die necessarily. If I get up to 2 damage, then... well, let's see what I get before I talk. I don't remember. Poison! Perfect. That'll take care of that survivor. He will get off another attack with it, but... yeah, look at all these lobies. Boing. So now he has to face bash and hit it. Otherwise, this guy's in danger. That's a Warlord power denial, but I think he's going to have a good drop for 4 to 5. Yeah, look at that. Well, I remember something now. And poor Carl here is definitely going to make what I would consider a misplay on the upcoming turn, which is he doesn't kill my Kai when he could have. And also a misplay on my part is I didn't buff my Kai when I could have. I probably should have buffed him, but I was aggressive and said, alright, he'll kill this and then I'll pop off or whatever. And how does it play out? He kills that with a flank, so okay, I spent 4, you spend 4. But he drops a 1/3 with the Relentless. So he's not worried about Kai. And I'm like, wow, I am gonna definitely make up for this. Yeah, I'll get a Sedition's Gate. I got Nurglings. But I don't want to use it yet, because I want something of higher value. But we're definitely buffing you. So that way, and boom, now he's a Q4. He's going to take multiple turns to kill it. I love this combo. I talked about it in the deck build. He reduces the cost, he becomes free. Yeah, bye, my friend. That's pretty thick. Face bash? No. I would have if I was him, because all this does is give me the choice to kill his Malkiel. Why give me the option to pick between A and B if you can force B? You know, if I was going to do that, then you're in the same place anyway, whether you did the attack or you didn't. So, little bits there. All it did was provide me an option. Yeah, that's a hard hit. But now we're squared up. 40 health is pretty nice. I gotta hand it. Oh no, he died. Alrighty, let's get some more cards. I'm going punitive action. I see an opportunity to clear a whole lot of stealth. So, can't play it this turn, obviously. Here's the theory. Let's pretend he kills this. That kills Kai. That gives me still 2 troops on the board. For 8 energy, I can play Priest of Old Faith, deal 4 damage to the board. So he just has to not kill 2 things. If he kills this, I'm set off by a turn. Good news, folks. Nobody kills Nurglings. And that's why I love them so much. They're just these little guys nobody thinks about. I'm gonna have to face bash that, so that's kind of gross. And he does use this well. He gets off on the sentry and technically was about to get board cleared anyway. It also provided an instant buff to everything. Now, technically... no, that's fine. He did that first, so I'd have sentence. Then it's all the same amount of damage. Here it goes. Goodbye, board state. Hello, 7 damage. So I'm feeling pretty good. I have 5 damage in hand, he surrounds, and I had lethal between my unkillable 6-4 and good stuff. Alrighty. Duroc. So sorry, I have 0 vehicles, I have 0 structures. You can't always get what you want.
I'll guide you into the
and with a little duplicitous, your passive will be, Warlord power will be meaningless. So, let's see it all come together. I'm hoping it lands on one of the 3s. It does. I face bash that off the board, and I drop my duplicitous. Empty turn. So sorry, but we're just gonna buff that up and throw down a little sickness. Ooh, that's some good survivability for something I plan to do nothing with. If I face bash him, he hits it for 4, he's dead. Don't want that. I want to buff him up, maybe even to a Greater Daemon. Or get him big enough, kill a couple things, then Greater Daemon. And remember, if you're at 3 marks, always attack first, then buff. Because once he transforms, you don't get an action with it anymore. So get the action out, get out the free hit, and buff. Now we're going to spread the love, because we don't want Jubok to die. We want him to stick around. Ooh, that might come in handy. Okay. Can it hit me? So, play-wise, generally when it comes to Death Guard, I will throw out a little damage sooner than later, because they're most likely going to drop a Death Shroud and have an unkillable 8-8. So the faster I get this fellow to death, the better. I could have played even more aggressively, but I'm enjoying my buff town, I guess. But I'm even willing to face bash with Jubok, just because. Well, actually, I was thinking that whole time that he had endurance in his hand for 6 energy, so I thought Jubok was dead anyway, and that's also why I buffed Equitrez and didn't use his power in any capacity to heal me. Which is also why I'm not doing it now, because again, oh yeah, we'll just kill that. But that's just big enough. 4/5 means he can't Warlord power it, he can't sneak attack it. You can certainly Spectre of Death it, but he could have done that regardless of its duplicitousness, so getting its attack off was a right call. And yeah, I was scared to death of Endurance. I didn't want it. There's a nice little troop. A nice 3/3-er. And we'll go for a buff. So I figured the Duplicitous is harder to kill, so we're going to try to buff him. 4/5. I do suppose as far as adjacency rules go, you do want to put your Warlord in between your stuff, because they do have that destroy target poison adjacents. So because of how I was laid out, instead of putting the stealth in the middle, when he destroyed my guy, it didn't have any poison yield. So a little bit of meta knowledge on positioning. Okay, so at this point, I've seen enough turns of him not dropping endurance that I'm thinking he doesn't have it, and I take the gamble, and it turns out I'm right. I'm surprised he does that per se, but like maybe he should have snuck attack that first, then done it, and then he would. Because now he can't. Oh, he can kill the 5/2, I suppose. Okay, I'm stunned, sure. And that's when I think he realized that was a mistake.
We will be back to finish this.
Because he drops out. He could have face bashed that for 5/2, or, you know, taking it out, taking no damage due to sneak attack, but then I'd be able to kill his Death Shroud, and I'd be able to. It wasn't going to go well. I was in a pretty good place. Ah, Vincent 6. Look at all these off picks.
I'll guide you into the Eye of Turn.
I will tend to the wounded.
Well, at least he didn't drop it on a troop. Oh yeah, this is the Kai opening, baby. Is that the worst thing for Kai? Technically, but what if I need to do 3 damage somewhere?
Impossible.
Impossible. Yeah. Oh, you can do it too. Yeah, see, we're pretty much the same. Except mine's cooler. I'm gonna take that Guerrilla Warfare. I figure there's gonna be some stealth coming up, and hitting them with the adjacent 2 to 3 damage might get me a lot of value. Boom! 3/4/5, who cannot be attacked forever. Such a good synergy.
Impossible.
It's very possible it is actively happening. Uh-huh. Now, I would have held off on that. You're damned if you attack the Nurglings, and you're damned if you don't. I'm totally cool with that. That's 2 sneak attack damage that I just get to clear off the board right now. And then I can drop, like, nice Terror Hounds with my tactic farming. Oh, we're just gonna go straight for the 4/5. I guess the theory here was that he would drop that, it wouldn't be enough to kill him, so then he'd have to face bash, and I'd feel good. Turns out he does have a Curse of the Raven. So then I'm like, great, I can kill his 4/2 for free. No. This I remember quite well, because I was bitter. Now I have to throw Kai into it. But, good news, I can buff him one more time, giving him at least 5 toughness, and I will be able to kill it. I'm hoping for Terror, because then I take no damage. I get poison. So, I still have 3 health, but Terror would have been much better. And then, yeah, we'll just pump up the board with some, 3 Nurgles. I'd like doing the Nurgle before Cygnus, because I'm hoping to use Cygnus when Drac is out, so I don't want to pop him out too soon and have him die early. I want him to... Oh, this is fun. 1, 2, 3, 4 did he just discard? And he just did 9 damage to all the troops? Well, they're... Poor Kai, he was so close to evolving.
Great job.
Thanks. I have good news, though. Priest of the Old Faith, and free Nurgle. Ooh, I'm gonna use that, and I can frickin' buff it. Oh, goodbye, buddy. Good news, I have a Nurgle. You're dead. I love Nurgles. Nurglings, so good. Oh, he buffed it. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to Scimitar Bike it in the end. Come on, poison. Yes. Impossible. Still quite possible. Battleflies. I could do another Priest of the Old Faith, but I don't know. Again, I don't want to overcommit my infantry. Rather throw a little Daemon in there. Goodbye. Well, that's a shame, because that would have gone off and off and off and off. Hey, remember that stealthy I was talking about? Let's get rid of it. 50-50 chance. Booyah. Ooh.
Impossible.
Not impossible.
Impossible.
Still not impossible. I'm surprised I went with the 3-3 here. I guess I could have done some other lobies and a buff, but let's face bash. The Nurgling's sure free, so that's good. God, I love that. Hit, play for free. Hit, play for free. Stop it. Just stop.
All the time in the world.
Impossible.
1, 2, 3. Got face bash my 3-2. Yeah. Okay, so Crucial Choice is a little expensive now. But that's okay. I'm just gonna face bash you. Would you stop that? 1. I want to get him big enough so that way I can face bash and not have him die. 2. Yeah. 3-6-6. Let's throw down some more infantry. And now I can hit, and replay Nurgling. Thanks for doing a damage to him. You ultimately healed him.
Impossible.
It's gonna make this one all the more satisfying. Alright, let's play the game. Can you count lethal? I can. I go with the Crucial Choice just to see if I can be lazier about it, but I know I have it. Because if this attacks, it essentially buffs one of these other things guaranteed for +1/+1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 13, 16. I have 16 damage on the board. That's a great tilt just for, I don't know what. Does it matter that his thing... There's a very important note, though. I have to attack with this man last. If I attack with him, and he kills him, he will kill one of my other infantry, and that's bad. Then I don't get lethal. So, there was definitely some paying attention to the minor details. I had to attack with that one last. Oh, this is me testing. I just wanted to see if this worked. And here's the confirmation. He dies, killing him, which then triggers him and buffs him.
I made a great mistake.
Face bash. Win. But I got to test something. We'll do it live. Alright. Well, what was our... oh, we got 2 more. We're still going. Cultist, Ekra, Khazad-al-Hakala. It's a little strong on the early opening. I like my triple infantry In hindsight, maybe I would have fished for one of the lower costs, but I know I'm going second, so I got counterattack. So I got a 50%-ish chance of hitting something I want. Oh, never mind. We got Kai. Doing it. Why do you like to be a 3/3? Don't land on Melgator. Perfect. Next turn, I can Cultist buff, or I can card draw buff, or the world is my Erster. Yeah, I'll take a McCree's. And why don't we Crucial Choice? Oh, no, actually, okay, we're just going for the 3. Ah, yes. Well, if he does 1 damage to it, I get off power. If he doesn't, I get to deny a... oh, no, there he goes. No! Kill that one, not that one. Gonna ping him? Well, look. 3 is just enough to make that go away. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I can Battlefly. Winning. So good. Oh, goodbye, my 3/3. But he buffs nothing. Alrighty. I could Ekra buff. Let's start with the Crucial. Mercy and Forgiveness. That's... I love the opportunity to double buff. With... Yeah, this is gonna get off the hook. No command bridge in this deck because it only had 3 tactic space. It has 2 Warp Terrors and 1 Crucial Choice, so not worth fishing for Crucial Choice given... I guess, in a sense, it's almost guaranteed that it gets it, but there's too high a chance that it'll actually just not work. Yeah, let's buff him up. Make him something fun. Okay. Goodbye. Oh, he went with the Battleflies. I disagree. I would have... Well, he can't bounce Melgator. I'll get re-rally. But essentially, all that damage he took was soaked, and now he's back in the game. So, thank you. It's like a win-win. Oh, baby. Let's get Terror. Come on, Terror. Root with me. Alright, that's not bad. Now Terror. Alright, well, I'll just hit it. I think I'm actually gonna kill Melgator. Why do I waste 5 damage into Melg? Because I don't want him to be at 1 health in a way that he can just damage ping him to death and buff something. I want to force him into not. Well, if you kill... Yep, see, there's 5 damage to his face instead of a damage ping. So I ultimately got off the 5. And Poison will kill that. But he will get off 2 damage. Thank you, Nurglings. You're my pal. Ah, God, it's so good. Yeah, let's double buff. Yeah, and I can use my other act. Oh, yeah, 1 buff, face bash. Cool. And heal. And definitely getting rid of the Nurgling before the 1 damage ping buff. Let's get me a free tactic. Hey, Inner Sanctum. That is gonna really help. Surprisingly. Oh, buy my 6/7. Well, you see, at least I get value out of him. If it's something like Uria, yeah, you can get 1 turn of attacks out. But if it's any of the other greater demons, you will get no value, then it will die. Resolution tactic is cool. I can see his whole hand. I'm getting rid of Angel's Tears, and I'm letting him keep the 1 damage stealth, because the 1 damage stealth will not be enough to actually kill Ectotraz. And now I know I can buff him a little to keep him out of range. Oh, we're going with the double buff. The Terror goes off because it's a drop pod, even though he's a 4/3, but it doesn't matter because it has 0 attack, so it's just funny that the sound for Terror goes off, animation-wise, too. Yeah, we'd totally kill that, get a Daemon, don't let him get it to his hand. Well, ain't that kind of annoying. Bet he's proud of himself. Good news though, I have McCree's Honor, and I'm gonna use it. Yep. I'm not gonna let him just get off a free kill every turn while I desperately try to catch up. I could totally do a Sigma's Acolyte and double buff it. Oh, or you can just go Terror Hound. Again, I like trying to save these two together. Especially if it's a front line in the way. Now I'm just double attacking. I got Bloodthirst and I'm like double the health. And he bows. So he doesn't like what's happening at this point. Because what's in his hand? 1 damage all and the 4/6 front line. Because he didn't like what was coming up. Alright, we got one more. And I'm happy this is the note it ends on, because this is definitely the runner-up for, you know, give him the D. It's the next best in Daemon technology.
I'll guide you into the eye of Ten.
Jor-El. Before, when I was talking about Power Rangers, crucial choice is Jor-El. Sorry, it just hit me. Okay. I'm gonna kill that. I don't want him having that so early. Because he's gonna get the card to his hand, he's gonna buff it, he's gonna throw it into this, it's clear, he's gonna give it Survivor. I'm just gonna nip that in the bud. Alright, what does he get rid of? Priest of Old Faith. Clearly he saw a set of these three, so to say, and then got rid of this one. He has no idea that I have a second one. Or if he did think that, I wouldn't know why he would get rid of only one. Like, better to get rid of Terror Hounds, the thing that they both benefit. So, he must have seen this set. And you can't blame him for it. Oh yeah, let's get the board going. Just gonna caution to the wind. Ow, get out of here. You gonna face bash it and drop Nurgle again? Oof. But you see, 3 for 5 damage. And it's soaked. You know, 3 outbound, you know, it's... Ooh, bounce. And we're going Screamer, okay. What am I thinking here? Oh, I was hoping that the 1/1 buff would land on the 5/2. I was being greedy. Sing this into... Oh man, I'm really dropping my hand. He's definitely going to face bash that 5/2 off the face of the earth. I kept thinking he's going to drop 4 damage to board wipe. And buff. Don't be Survivor. Don't be Survivor. He didn't get rid of the 5/2 sneak attack though. Like, yes, he got the Survivor. But oof. I consider that a misplay. Because now it's just gonna do 5 damage every turn, unless he has the board clear. I have no hand. Your energy buff is no longer a value. But your value in clearing troops sure is. Ooh, look at that big fat defense. So I figure he's gonna face bash this, deal 4 damage to it, deal 2 to all. So far, it's looking like it. He doesn't have that. He is going to get himself a nice pair of 3/3s. And that is 2 Daemons. Kinda suspect there, low guard. We're going to get a tight length out there. And then we're going to kill one of these. I don't want him having too many Daemons. So yeah, I could have hit him for 5, but there was no opportunity for a double tap. Couldn't get it any tougher. Hey, Pale Spear, why not? Oh man, my luck. I think up to this most recent version of the deck, I was like, win 2, lose 1, win 3, lose 1, win 2, lose 1, win 3, lose 1. And I finally got myself this nice little spree, so I hope you're enjoying it. Yep, get that Pale Spear going. Kill a Daemon. Kill another Daemon. I don't care about you, I care about the Daemons. I want to get rid of his chance of whispering. And Oka Evolve. Nice. Oh god, it's gonna be so great. Remember, I played Pale Spear. Goodbye, Tylath. And with that maintenance reduction of 2, this is only costing me 2, which puts me at 7. That did not get any kind of survivor. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. He's trying to create as many daemons as possible to... But he doesn't have enough energy. Oh, come on, that was a free card draw. Why you do this? Oh, this is a fun one to end on. I should have rewatched this beforehand so I could have told you to stick around to the end. Oh god, the random tactic draw is just the most chaos thing about this. The Kais and the Tylats, even the crucial choices. He is not looking good. Cheers to you, buddy, for keep going. Do I have lethal? No. I have 9 damage. If my Pale Spear hits him, I have lethal. Crucial choice is a chance at lethal. So let's see if we're lucky. Nope. And nope. Let's see what we get. Nope. But I am going to go Raven's Talons. You know, in hindsight, it probably would have been safer to go with the other one, so in case he played some kind of big front line, I'd be able to do a direct 4. But I figured I don't want to take 5 face damage, it's something I can play this turn, and that's where we're at.
You have skill.
I have
All
luck.
the time in the world.
I think he was taking a very long time to the point that he just, you know, walked away from the phone. Face bash for the win. Well, that was Daemon. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this, like it. If you want to see more like it, subscribe. Share this with your friends. And as always, Farmer Toast loves you. Oh, I made a tie-dye shirt with the misses, and I tie-dyed it by scrunching it, and I did the 4 chaos colors. That's why I put it on for this. So it's got the Slanesh purple, and it's got the blues... Sinesh, or whatever the hell it's called. It's got orange down below for the corn and some green for Nurgle. So, yay, the spirit of things. Thanks for watching.